What's up, everybody? This is Austin Vaughn. Welcome to my gaming channel. As you can see, I've been playing a lot of Skyrim. I've made several how-to videos on the different, Skyrim character builds that you can make. This one in particular focuses on the warrior, specifically just a real tanky warrior guy. That's pretty much the plan. But this is my Nord warrior. His name is Vaughn. Right off the bat, I want to focus on, I guess, just kind of a couple different races that really make being a warrior very easy. Specifically, you have the Imperials, you have the Nords, Orcs are very good warriors, and even to some extent, you can do the Red Guards as well. Now, I went with the Nord primarily because I liked the 50% resistance to frost, because frost can be really annoying if you're a warrior. Also, I liked the battle cry ability, making everyone run away. In a few tight spots, that's really helped out. But man, the orcs are really good as well with their berserk ability, especially if you like the dual wielding kind of method. Also, the Imperials are really nice just because if you wanted to go down a route where you use a bit more restoration magic, kind of more of a like a heavy armor spell sword type, then that might be a good route there. Then the other one, the Red Guards. Red Guards can be really good. I think they're a little bit more light armor based, but their ability that makes their stamina regenerate more quickly it can be very effective. So that's just kind of an introduction to the different races. What I've done here with Vaughn, skill wise, I actually kind of messed up a little. I mean, it was one of those things where I planned one thing, and then after executing it, I kind of realized it wasn't necessarily the best route. Probably would have been a little bit more fun if I did something else. I'll kind of show you what I mean. Right off the bat, my first focus was getting my smithing to 100. Now, this was one of the things that I feel like I wish I would have done differently, and I'll show you what it was. Obviously, at this point in the game, I'm level 50. I already have all my dragon armor. So, with that being said, going down the heavy armor smithing route isn't exactly all that great. You lose an extra point in your smithing, and all you really pick up is Daedric weapons. You know, because you stop at dragon armor, and I could have just gone through the light smithing to pick that up, and then gone with arcane blacksmith, because if you were to compare some of the really good weapons that you can get in the game to the Daedric weapons. So here are my two Daedric weapons, right? I've double enchanted them because I have 100 enchanting, and so yeah, they're really good. They have ridiculous enchantments on them. The problem is, though, their charge drains so fast that it just makes them ineffective. You know, before too long, I end up using just a regular Daedric sword. So it probably would have made more sense for me to give up the Daedric weapons, go ahead and go with something like Volendrung for if you want two-handed, just because absorbing that much stamina allows you to chain your. I mean, you could just do never-ending power attacks, which if you have a lot into your two-handed weapon skill, it's ridiculous. Like, you can kill pretty much anything. Also, there are a lot of really good one-handed weapons in the game. You have the Dragonbane, which a legendary Dragonbane compared to a legendary Daedric sword, you're looking at a difference of what, 8 damage, and you still get some really good abilities, especially against dragons. There's some other one-handed swords out there that are really good. You have the one that you get from the there's a Daedric quest that you get that is really good against undead. I can't remember the name of the sword right now. Also, the Nightingale sword is really good, and you can upgrade that, and it'd be awesome. And so, really, that's why I say, you know, there wasn't too much reason to go down the heavy armor route. So that's one thing I would change right off the bat. Get the light armor, save a point, get my dragon armor, and then just use my arcane blacksmith to upgrade some of the other good items that you can get in the game. What I did with enchanting is I went ahead and I went down the kind of this route with the different elemental things. I'm kind of I don't necessarily know if it was, right or wrong. I like it because once I show you my armor, you'll see I have ridiculous elemental resistance. So mages can't touch me at all, and because I have a shield in the block, I don't really have a lot of need to update or upgrade my my heavy armor skill. And I don't know, you still are able to upgrade your skills quite a bit even without this. So I don't know. I think either one would be fine. I went this route just because I wanted the resistance. That's pretty much it. I did go ahead and get all the heavy armor stuff. I don't know if I necessarily needed to, but I did. Whatever. Obviously you want to get Juggernaut as high up as you did. Obviously, I only have 4 points into it, and I've seen a lot of builds that are effective where all you get is just Juggernaut to 5. Save yourself a few skill points. I think the only real thing that was I liked conditioning. It helped your carry weight a little bit, and also helped you run. And cushioned was nice, but man, just don't fall, and you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, the rest of this, you can definitely survive just on the first 5 points into that ability. Now, the other thing that I really wish I would not have done is I went one-handed, two-handed, and block. I really wish I would have just focused on one thing, either one-handed and block, or just straight up two-handed. It used up a lot of skill points for me to do all three, and I feel like I enjoy having a sword and shield more than I enjoy having a two-handed weapon, because I feel like two-handed weapon just makes it a little bit too easy. I also thought that this would kind of be fun to use, and shield charge, that would be kind of cool too. And there's no way I'm going to be able to get there because I'm already level 50. It's going to be really difficult to level things up, and so I don't know, I've kind of lost my opportunity. Now, if you decide to go two-handed, I do recommend just go with Barbarian and then Champion Stance. Then, if you really want to, you can pick one of these, but man, I feel like a lot of these are unnecessary. I guess that's kind of neat too, but man, you're doing so much damage with two-handed weapons that it's a little unnecessary. That's kind of cool too, but back to the same thing. Now, if you're using Volendrung, then this is really good. And I guess if you decide to go the two-handed route and you don't do one-handed, you'll have the extra skill points to make your tree like this. But I would really recommend just doing one or the other. I think it'll make the game more fun. You'll have your favorite picked out, sooner or later, anyways. So, it's not like I can use both at the same time. I'll pick my favorite. That's what I use all the time, and there's no reason to invest points into the others. If you go down the one-handed route, throw 5 points into Armorsmith if you can. If you like dual wielding, then obviously go up the dual wielding tree. But if you're just planning on, using a one-handed, then this is good. And for one-handed, it is good to do the decapitation because you don't do as much damage. And so if you have a 25%, or I'm sorry, if you have a chance to decapitate your enemies with every hit, that's pretty dang good. It helps out a lot. You don't have to take all the time to beat them down before you kill them. Most of this is just this is one thing I do want to point out. Extra pockets when you have heavy armor is awesome. So get your pickpocket to 50 just so you can pick up this ability. It only takes 3 skill points, and 100 carrying capacity is awesome. So that's one thing that I would recommend if you guys felt like it fit into your into your builds. But skill-wise, that's pretty much it. You know, it's a really simple build, and that's why I feel like, man, if I wouldn't have gotten all 3 of these, I could kind of broaden the character a little bit more towards something that I could actually use. You know, because like I said, I can only use one weapon at a time. Going back into the items that I have. This is kind of what I've done as far as my enchantments go. My armor, I focused on health and stamina. That because I am a tank, I use stamina a lot for my power attacks, so you know I definitely want those 2 things. Everything else, I try to focus on resistances. So you have resistance, fire, frost. I think something else has. Let's see. That just has generic magic resist, which is awesome. And then there's shock. So it's like I have plus 50 resistance to everything. I have, you know, the extra 50 to frost because I'm a Nord, plus a generic 20 magic resist here on my necklace, and 20 magic resist when I'm using my shield. So as far as spells, you know, spellcasters go, I'm kind of a boss. What I've done with my gloves as well as these here, so I have 32% into one-handed, 32% into two-handed. I go to my gloves, same deal, 21% into one-handed, 21% into two-handed. So I did want to kind of show you guys that, where I've added huge boosts to my damage. And the thing is, if I would have focused more on just one of those, not only would I have more skill points, but I would have more enchanting room. I could have, you know, if I just did one-handed, I could have changed out this 21 to two-handed, you know, and I'd had extra room on my gloves and extra room on my necklace. So that's another reason why I really wish I would have done that differently. Now, I also have Kulinarique. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it sounds fun. The reason I went with this, guys, is because if you use a dragon plate helm, most of your enchantment options are for magic. You know, you can reduce magic cost. You can add magicka, and really for a warrior, I did not find that near as useful as having this frickin' sweet, like, cool looking dragon mask, and you know, being able to heal myself when my health is low. It's just really awesome. The way you get this is you collect all the other dragon masks. You head over to the Labyrinthian, and as you're heading up the steps, there's a little like dome ruin right in front of the Labyrinthian where you can put on a wooden mask. You go back in time and you put all the original masks on their little altars, and then it'll give you Kulinarique. So that's how you get that. But anyways, yeah, that's what I did with his items. He is quite the boss, and he's a big old tank, so I do like that. But anyways, guys, as far as quest lines go, you know, obviously the companions are really good. They give you a lot of training on the companion quest line. I also did the I think on this one I did the Stormcloaks, but either Imperials or Stormcloaks quest lines are fun just because, I mean, they're warrior-ish. So I personally like the Imperials better now that I've done both of them. But let's see. Aside from that, I think that pretty much covers it. You know, as far as combat goes, you know, just practice having your shield up whenever somebody's about to hit you. Use your shield bash when you need to, and it's very straightforward. You know, you don't have to sneak around like you do on a thief or sometimes even a mage. You just go in, kill everything, play it smart, and that's how it happens. But you guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. I do have some other how-tos if you guys want to create a couple different characters, so definitely check those out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll have more Skyrim videos. I'll also be branching off into other games as those games come out. And so, like I said, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.